Breaking news at 6 right now. We have just learned that 2 people are now accused of manslaughter after that Logan County crash ended in 2 deaths. Mackenzie and Maddie Arthur were killed in the crash on May 30th after a car bumped their vehicle across the center line on the Morrison Bluff Highway 109 bridge over the Arkansas River and into oncoming truck. 71-year-old Martha Phillips and a juvenile were arrested on Wednesday and booked into the Logan County Jail on 2 counts of manslaughter for her role in giving the vehicle to that minor who didn't have a driver's license at the time. Mackenzie was a student at Arkansas Tech University, while Maddie was a rising senior at Scranton High School. We'll have much more on this coming up tonight on your 5 News at 10. A full report is now on our website at 5newsonline.com. We are learning new details tonight in the manhunt for escaped inmate, convicted killer and rapist Grant Hardin. Of course, breaking out of Calico Rock Prison nearly 2 weeks ago, wearing what police say was a fake law enforcement uniform. 5 News reporter Morgan Wrigley in the studio now with the latest on where the investigators are looking for him tonight. Morgan?
Darren, a new federal complaint reveals U.S. Marshals now believe Hardin may have fled Arkansas. Multiple agencies are working together on the search, and tonight we've just learned a tactical Border Patrol unit from Texas has also been deployed to help track him. With all this collaboration, Rand Champion with the Department of Corrections tells me there are a lot of theories out there, and that's not a bad thing. He says multiple agencies following different leads strengthens the search. Nearly 2 weeks into the search for escaped inmate Grant Hardin, Rand Champion says it's all hands on deck.
Ourselves, state police, U.S. Marshals, FBI, local sheriffs, game and fish. You name pretty much the agency, they're all up here.
A criminal complaint filed May 30th suggests Hardin may have crossed state lines. In that filing, Deputy U.S. Marshal Robert Hammonds references 2 unconfirmed sightings, one in central Arkansas and one in southern Missouri. The complaint says based on this information, investigators believe Hardin has fled the state of Arkansas to avoid recapture. It also points to the possibility he's hiding out in caves or remote parts of the Ozarks. But Champion says the Department of Corrections is still concentrating its efforts on north central Arkansas, the only place with a confirmed sighting since he escaped.
We understand that there's a lot of thoughts. There have been sightings in Missouri, there have been sightings out of state, but none of those have come to fruition at this point. And so, again, until we find something that substantiates where we believe he would be, we have to continue the search here where we have been this entire time.
And he says there's reason to believe Hardin may still be hiding in the area.
Everything that we've been able to look into and find throughout investigations and questioning makes us believe he was planning on possibly hunking down here in a cave, in a cabin, in a deer stand, some sort of structure until who knows when.
He says teams from multiple agencies continue to follow up on tips every day because it could be just one that changes everything.
Every tip that comes in, we consider credible until it's not. And so we would rather have, a dozen tips come in that we look into and it turns out to be nothing, rather than the one that I don't know if I should report this, and that would be the one that helps us figure out where he is.
Champion tells me the public plays a critical role, saying people should stay vigilant and report anything suspicious. At this point, he says the whole country is watching, and it may take just one person to help bring Hardin back into custody. Morgan Wrigley, 5 News.
All right, Morgan, thanks. Meanwhile, a 28-year-old man wanted in Fort Smith in connection to an alleged armed robbery and assault is caught across state lines in Sequoyah County. Take a look at this body cam footage from Roland Police Department showing Kenneth Bird's arrest just down the street from a casino in Roland. Police say he was riding a bike down Highway 64 when they approached him. In the body cam footage, you can see that he claims his name is Bobby. In the footage, when asked again for his name, he claimed not to remember because of mental health problems. Bird was then taken into custody and is right now being held at the Roland Police Department.
Fort Smith was able to acquire a warrant for his arrest, in which we had already had him detained and brought to the police department for them to interview him. An interview will be conducted with him by the Fort Smith Police Department, and then he'll be taken to the Sequoyah County Detention Center where he'll be incarcerated there.
It's unclear at this time whether Bird returned to Sequoyah County Jail after he completes a sentence in Sebastian County. This week, Walmart hosts its annual shareholders meeting. Company employees from all over the world are in Northwest Arkansas this week for this huge event. And with so many people in the area, experts are expecting a huge boost to the local economy. Mervyn Jebaraj with the U of A Walton College of Business says he anticipates restaurants, retail, and hotels will see the impacts the most. He also says the Walmart Associates meeting comes at an important time in the summer when some businesses can usually see a big slowdown.
This event usually happens at a time of year when there's a little bit of lull in the local economy. So schools, both the university and K through 12 have closed. The students, largely have left town. Parents are going on vacation, so the leisure and hospitality industry in particular in Northwest Arkansas sees a lull in business at this time of year, and this is usually a good economic shot in the arm.
Tomorrow will be the big associate celebration in the morning. We still don't know who the celebrity host will be or who is going to perform. Company keeps that very secret. The past, though, acts have been Kevin Hart, James Corden, Pitbull, even Shania Twain. Choosing between your medicine and your groceries. That's a decision one Arkansan is being forced to make these days. Rebecca Brown looks into the growing struggle to afford life-saving medication and how one Arkansas mom says it's changing her life.
It's never a position I thought I would be back in, to try to just be able to afford the medicine I need to live and be healthy.
Those words are now becoming reality for Summer Brinley. She's no stranger to the pharmacy, regularly picking up her insulin, but one visit changed everything.
One day all of my copays went away and everything went to my deductibles, and my insulin became $400 a month. It's just so hard. You get to the pharmacy and you're just like, I can't get it. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Years Brinley has faced it all: insulin shortages, unexpected insurance changes, and now soaring medication costs that have forced her family to rethink their entire budget.
We are just a regular middle-class family. We both work full-time jobs, and it just got to a point to where we both had to pick up a second job. We don't know for how long.
Last month, President Trump signed an executive order to reduce drug prices in order to put the United States on the same page as other countries.
So just to give you one example, insulin, in the U.S., a month of insulin is about $100, let's say. In France, it's about $10, a tenth of what we have our patients paying here in the United States. So that's what we're looking at if this can be enforced.
Now Brinley hopes her story will help others fighting the same fight.
I don't think it matters what class you're in. I don't think it matters what type of job you have. It's never a position I thought I would be back in, to try to just be able to afford the medicine I need to live and be healthy. And I know I'm not alone.
That was Rebecca Brown reporting. Happening tomorrow, Best Friends Animal Society and the 21C Museum Hotel teaming up for a monthly happy hour series. What makes this a good one, though, it's an adoptable dog will be on hand from the nearby Best Friends Pet Resource Center. People are invited to stop by the hotel lobby for drinks from the Hive and then hang out with some of these pups. Hotel 21C also introducing its new pet sleepover program. Guests will be able to host an adoptable dog from Best Friends during their stay.
And it's just an opportunity for people to get in a fun, relaxed atmosphere, meet an adorable adoptable dog, and learn more about Best Friends.
It all starts tomorrow at 4 in the afternoon, of course, at the 21C Hotel. The next happy hour will be on July 3rd.